And we are coming down in three, two, one. Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. Rat of a Red Baron here, joined by...
Blue Mask, Chris Massey.
Yes, just us two.
Just us two. If the Riddler shows up, I'm going to kick him out so we can do one of our duo shows.
Cue just the two of us. We'll add that in post.
Back and put that in.
Solus has the night off. Mark Sheen presumably has the night off. But yeah, we're here doing it big.
Yes, we are. I do always look forward to these shows. As much of it is like kind of last minute thing, it always feels like it's a good show when it's us.
Yeah, it just it sounds corny, but like we have that rapport where it's like, we can go days without talking, and you just you pick up with it like it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great.
Happy April Fool's Day to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Same to you. I heard you got pulled one over on you today, huh?
Yeah, I mean, in a fashion that was very unlike me. Like, I'm pretty much like, you got to wake up pretty early in the morning to fool me, and especially on sports stuff. But just caught totally off guard today, and really, really disappointed to find out that the Steelers didn't trade for Justin Jefferson, according to Adam Schefter.
Yeah, well, some Adam Schefter, just not the real Adam Schefter.
Yeah, and yet we live in the era that, people are so good at Photoshop and creating fake tweets and posts, and sometimes the careful eye just misses the obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I have fallen victim to it a number of times before. In fact, I think I may have actually posted one in the group chat during free agency. But those were being rapid fired. I didn't have time to actually.
And you put in serious work over that span.
Listen, I love free agency. Free agency is probably my favorite time of the year for NFL, aside from the draft. But yeah, it's hard, especially with Twitter doing away with like you actually have to be verified. No, you can just pay $6.99 to get a blue check mark.
Right, and like as much as I would rely on that, like in the past, like nowadays, there's just so many places to get news that I can't even be bothered. Like if it seems trustworthy enough, I'm just gonna believe it.
Absolutely. But yeah, happy April Fool's Day. I don't think I fell for anything this year. Although somebody did post in the Rams chat that I'm a part of because of Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
They posted one of those, the NFL Instagram page has like breaking news, a picture, a team, and like what happened.
Yeah.
Somebody posted one of those pictures saying Aaron Donald was signing with the 49ers. And, if I hadn't been reinforcing to myself that today's April Fool's, just relax, man, that would have hurt my heart for about half a second.
But what's funny about those is some of them, they're just like so blatantly, obviously false that it's just like it's humorous. Or I enjoy, I can't remember what the page is exactly, but it's like late NFL news. And it would be it'd be like they'll be posting about Tom Brady signing with Tampa Bay today, and it's just like
wait, what?
It's just so stupid.
Vernon Davis is signing with a what?
Exactly. A player that's been retired for like 9 seasons.
Yeah. Well, let's get to it because that's going to lead into something else. Unfortunately, what are you drinking tonight?
I am continuing on. I have one more beer from Center Street. I have the Wicked Hoppa New England IPA, which I believe when I first went there, we'll call it a year and a half ago, it was the first beer I had there. And I recall liking it, but it was on draft then. Curious to see it via can. And I'll touch on again later. I have another beer from One Family Brewing Company. You're going to enjoy this. It's called I Have a Small Wiener.
That's incredible.
It's got a wiener dog on the can art. Very funny.
Um, I personally am not indulging in a beverage tonight, um,
Hey,
but
that's okay.
I did get through all of my Center Street beers this weekend.
Oh, look at you. What any special occasion or just a beer to have beer?
I mean, it was Easter.
Oh,
I
okay.
needed
Okay.
drinks to bring around, um, and those were my beverages of choice. And got to tell you, our friends at City or at Center Street Brewery know how to brew a beer.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a kind of like a diamond in the rough. And
Mm-hmm.
we talked about it on the show, which our show is from our visit is available now on all our streaming platforms. So be sure to give that a listen, as well as we did posted some stuff on social media. Quick tour of the brewery. Um, John and Pete were very awesome, very accommodating to us. Basically opened the doors, gave us free reign of the place. So could be more grateful to them, and
It was an
definitely.
awesome, awesome, awesome trip.
So definitely check out the show, and definitely check them out if you're in the Connecticut, central Connecticut, or if you just live in Connecticut. Connecticut's an hour long. Go to Center Street.
Even if you don't live in Connecticut, come here for Center Street.
Right. You have
Their beer is really good.
zero excuses.
Yeah, fuck you guys, get out here. Um, but yeah, that was a great time. Wicked Hoppa, always good. I tried the Streetlight for the first time out of the can. I don't think I actually tried it while we were at Center Street.
No.
But very nice, light, mellow beer. Very crushable.
Yeah, I mean,
Would absolutely have a few of those just sitting by the pool on a nice summer day.
gotta see if they'll make that in 30s for us.
Yeah. Just pack it up on our way to Pittsburgh. We'll be done by the time we hit New York,
Exactly.
and no one will be able to drive. As John said, lucky number 19. Fucking love it.
Yeah,
It was
that's
delicious.
a solid beer. Especially like, I don't know about you, but for myself, I've drank a lot of IPAs on this show and just in life in general.
Yep.
Great change of pace.
Yeah.
Just it, easy to be burned out. It's nice to kind of get into craft lagers and pilsners, and
it hits in a different note. It's
yeah,
great.
exactly.
And then what was our last one we had? Was it the Green Mountain?
It was oh my goodness, it was the stout.
Oh, short and stout.
Yes.
Yes, short and stout. Very nice Irish stout. Very coffee forward, a little bit of chocolate. Um, Not as crushable, but definitely like more of a dinner beer.
Mm-hmm.
Which ironically I did have with dinner that on Easter. Yum yum yum.
Yeah.
Loved it. It hit the spot in a way that I don't think like an IPA or something would have. This was very good.
Very good. Your Easter good?
Yeah, I mean, busy but good. We went to 4 different houses.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a busy time. How about yours?
It was good. I mean, I just one stop. Well, in general, the weekend was busy more so than Easter was, because
Yes.
we did SmackDown at Mohegan Sun on Friday
I
night.
was going to ask you about that.
Was a good time. I think in general there was a lot of hot shows leading up to that one, and unfortunately, I think by comparison it was a little bit lackluster. It just as far as a lead up to WrestleMania goes, but
Yeah.
still a great time. They did a couple dark matches before and after the show, so you get your money's worth.
You met Becky Lynch too, didn't you?
Yeah, the very next day, coincidentally at a bookstore in Madison, she was promoting a book that literally just came out. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think it was probably her first public book signing, to my knowledge. And
Interesting.
did it
Okay.
right in Madison, and it was cool. But we waited a real long time. They wanted us
Yeah.
to be there for 11 a.m. The doors technically opened at noon, and we didn't walk through the doors into the book shop until like 1:15. So you're just kind of
Ooh.
standing in line, and then like,
Couple hours.
yeah, and then you get up to it, and it's over in a flash.
Yeah.
Rebecca she was the one who it was really for her. So, she got the book, and then she got the picture with her, and then I was able to kind of like jump in at the last picture, and then like I
Yeah.
shook her hand, said like nice to meet her, and then we're like being ushered out. So it's in full, it's like a minute and 40 seconds of like
Yeah.
being with her, but still very cool. It's one of those
We
experiences
could
that
say you better.
yeah, very true. Um, and then we did after that. We kind of went to her parents for Easter on Saturday, spent some time there, and then Sunday we just one day went to like my uncle's. So it was really just a one stop shop for Easter on Sunday.
All right. That sounds like a pretty good time.
Yeah. So I mean, I definitely don't envy the traveling all around though. I know from different holidays, I know all about it, but I am not a fan.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, but that's all good. No big deals. Um, we were home by like 6 yesterday, so just got to chill. Get those Easter leftovers, which are only second to Christmas and Thanksgiving, but
Yeah.
it was a good time all around.
Good. Well, I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah. What do you got for a toast of excellence this week, letter reader?
I have two. Um,
Yeah. Ew.
I got two. One being we'll go on holiday to our friends at Black Hog Brewing,
There you go.
and they put up a pretty funny. It's an obvious April's Fool's post, but it was funny nonetheless. They put a picture up of it. They call it like their sushi stout,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's so ridiculous. Like
Yeah, that's very
yeah,
funny.
it said like brewed with soy sauce and wasabi, and then yeah,
Ah,
you guys all know about like my feelings about like, a lot of Asian cuisine, so it's just like it's extra like disgusting.
you know I'm gonna make you eat sushi on the 12th.
I hope not.
You
But
like
listen, I'm willing to try. I have had sushi before. Um, I'm sure it was very very vanilla. Like it was probably like a California roll. Um, is it just like a Philadelphia roll like with cream cheese and
can you try spicy tuna?
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I
You're
had like.
going,
Oh, go ahead.
you're going in on it. But yes, the one you're thinking of is a Philadelphia roll.
Yeah, very, very, very basic. And to be fair, it was from like a buffet type. It wasn't like a legit sushi place. So I can't really say much more than I had probably C plus rated sushi. So I don't have a lot to go off of.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get you like gas station store
Oh my
sushi.
god.
What's your second toast of excellence there?
Second toast was to the Mets, and I apologize. Obviously, I forgot his name, but they put up on the scoreboards paying tribute to a New York City police officer who was killed in line of duty. So they paid him respects. And I thought that was just a very classy. The Mets have always done a pretty good job as an organization, kind of be like respectful and forthright to like a lot of people. Like they'll kind of go out of their way to pay respects or tribute, whatever the situation. So good on them. I can't remember the officer's name, but
Yeah,
I
the
thought
officer's name was Jonathan Diller.
yes. So I just thought that was a nice move
Yeah,
from the Mets.
that's real classy by the New York Mets. Um, yeah, I mean, I definitely have a toast of disexcellence.
Oh,
But I have two toasts of excellence.
well let's stay on here.
Um,
Let's get a toast, disexcellence toast.
all right, we'll do Kyle's toast for him because it's not here. We'll get a toast to the MLB season starting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been an eventful first week in the MLB.
Hey, you're telling me.
And then let's go for a toast of dish excellence here. Last week, Draymond Green managed to do the impressive of getting ejected in the first 4 minutes of the game. So, way to go, Draymond. You broke Steph. I hope you're happy. And then toast of excellence to, it feels cliche to say it at this point, but toast of excellence to LeBron. I mean, 40 years old, Dude put up 40 points on 17 shots.
Yeah, guy's pretty good.
Guy's pretty good even at age 40. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last time we saw dominance of this like continued excellence from a player. I mean, Brady's the only one that I can think of that comes close recently. Obviously, you have longtime greats like Gretz
hmm
that can do it. But dude is 50 something assists away, maybe even less now, from having 40K all time points, 11K all time assists, and might be 11 all time rebounds. But it's nuts.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said because there are enough players across all league who hang around in to their late 30s, 40s, but there are few that can be productive and continue to show up on stat sheets in a way that's like important. And LeBron has done that, just like you had mentioned. Tom Brady did that. So whatever your feelings on it, it's not even about the GOAT conversation. It's a guy playing right now and doing it just as well as he did when he was a rookie in 2003 or whatever it was. So it's something to really admire because we see it all the time. We're gonna wake up, one day soon, and LeBron era will be over, and then we'll just have the memories.
Yeah, I mean, it, it's wild to just think about like the era of greatness we lived in. Like going back and just thinking back to like before our time. The longevity of players like LeBron. I mean, Kobe was very good for 20 years.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Russell obviously won a lot. Trying to think of the NFL besides Brady who like had that kind of longevity.
Yeah, it's tough because outside of the quarterback position, it's just the sport isn't designed for a lot of these guys to make it deep age wise.
Jerry Rice did pretty well. His last year, he had over 1,000 receiving yards, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jerry Rice is an unbelievable, story, even past his San Francisco days.
I'm sorry. His last, so in Oakland, he had 2002, 2003, 2004 were his last 3 years. Yeah, 1,200, 2002, 869, 2003, and 429, 2004. But he still averaged over 13 yards a catch those 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, very, very respectable stats for a wide receiver at that age.
Yeah. But man, just with watching LeBron go out and Brady go out pretty close together, like those are two all-time greats at their positions.
Yeah.
LeBron, debatable for number one. I mean, he holds a lot of accolades at this point, so it's kind of pretty even ground right now, but we'll get into that debate another time.
Yeah.
Brady, pretty consensusly the best player in NFL history until somebody beats his rings.
Yeah.
I believe we're about to be joined by the Hostess Cupcake Thriller in just a second. There he is.
Wow, I mean, you telegraphed that. How did you know?
Man, I am psychic.
I was say that's some Magic 8-Ball type stuff.
Oh, you're gonna love to listen to this on playback. I literally called you showing up the second you pulled in.
You called me what?
I said, I believe we're about to be joined by the Hostess Cupcake the Riddler in just a moment. Bing.
Nice. I gotta step away now. I'll be back.
All right. But yeah, so obviously toast to him. Paul, what do you got for a toast?
I think he was.
Did he actually step away?
I think he was seriously stepping away.
God damn it. All right. Well, I'll
Yeah.
babble for another second until he shows back up. Yeah, it's wild just to think about the like longevity players we're seeing go away. Like even in other like sports that we as a group don't widely follow, you're watching Messi in probably his last year walking with a cane in the Saudi Arabia League.
Hmm.
You know, some of the all-time greats from every sport are just starting to walk away, and it's just wild to think about.
Now I don't follow close enough. When for those guys, when was kind of like their quote rookie years respectively?
When you shut the fuck up.
Well,
Aggressive. Who are you talking about, Kendall?
I guess just
You know, Kendall is so candily.
yes, I am. Like Lionel Messi and Ronaldo. Like I just feel like I always just kind of
2002, 2003 is when they first really got up there.
I just have no basis. It's like I feel like it's a name that I've always just heard. Like oh, they've just always been around. Like from the dawn of time, they've existed.
Well, Messi is 20 years into the pros now, and Ronaldo is
I mean, if
2
you
years.
so Messi was a name on the scene when he was 12.
Yes, but we're talking about like pro leagues.
Oh, Messi then at 15.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, he joined Barcelona in 2003
Right, but he was on a pro league before that.
in the youth group, maybe, but he wasn't with like
was with
Barcelona as it was.
He was with the Barcelona junior squad,
Yes. Okay.
which
All
is
right.
it's
So
a
if
professional tiered team in Spain.
all right. So if we're doing that, then 2000. But point standing, 25 years, most of our lives.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, Paul, what do you got for a toast?
To Austin Matthews for becoming the only American to have multiple 60-goal seasons in the NHL. And then I also have a toast of excellence to Jonathan Quick for becoming the winningest American goalie in NHL history.
Very nice.
The winningest goalkeeper?
Yes, most wins by a U.S.-born goalie, 392.
Damn.
Anybody care to take? Can you guys care to take a guess on the three teams?
That he played for?
Yep, that he's got wins with.
I know he was a Golden Knight, or is a Golden Knight.
Yep, he had 5 wins as a Knight.
Kings,
He had 370 as a King.
and there's only 2 I know.
He has 17 with his current team. An original 6 hockey team.
Let's go with the Calgary Flames.
Damn, that's one I was going to say.
Incorrect. Think closer to home.
New York. No, Boston. No, he's not in Boston. New York. Islander. No, Islanders weren't original 6. Rangers.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were wrong, but yep.
What team was it then?
No, it was the Rangers. I'm just kidding. And then my last toast of excellence is to just Canada and like general.
That's fair.
Because
Okay.
so Canada released a report on legal weed production.
Yep.
And the authors of the article were trying to find a relatable way to compare what the maximum size of a licensed cultivation area would be. So they printed it as if it were mapped on top of hockey rinks.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just the appropriate form of measurement.
I mean, yeah. Especially if you're in Canada. Paul, what are you drinking tonight? Wallace.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you now.
I am drinking from our friends at Center Street Brewing a Wicked Hoppa. New England IPA.
There you go. So we've gotten through Toast of Excellences. We'll go ahead and crack them. We're going to take a sip of silence today for a couple different people. Kendall will do a sip of silence for the slain NYPD officer, Jonathan Diller, that the Mets honored. We'll also do one to, unfortunately, passing away at very young, 35. Vontae Davis was found dead in his home today.
So do you each have a sip of silence?
Well, I mean, we just know two people in the mainstream that have passed away.
I'll do one too. And Kendall, I apologize if this is off color.
No.
Oh boy.
I'll do a sip of silence as well. Today is 8 years since the passing of my mother.
To the day, is it really?
Today is the day. So I'll make that my toast, and I'll take a sip in her honor.
You know what?
Here.
You're here.
I'd like to think after she saw the round of disc golf I played today, she'd have been, pissed I was even her son anyway.
I'm sure it wasn't as bad as the one that you, me, and Mock played.
It was pretty rough. I shot -1 on the front 9 and +9 on the back 9.
A nice equaling out performance.
I went from first to 23rd.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rough day.
Yep. So real quick, I would like you guys to try to put this in order. With
Okay.
Since the inception of their leagues, these are approximate, rounded to the nearest, 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Put in order from greatest to least the amount of players that have played at least one game in the MLB, the NFL, the NHL, and the NBA.
Okay.
So the criteria was that the player had to play in at least one game, with the exception of the NFL, where they had to record a stat in the game.
Okay.
So they didn't count any players that have suited up for all 17 games in one season, never touched the field, and then were cut and never played again.
Mm-hmm.
For basketball, for hockey, and for baseball, they are counting anybody, any player that's seen the field, any player that's stepped foot on the court or skates to ice. Because even if you're not, if you're playing, even if you're not doing anything.
Right. Just an appearance.
Right.
All right. I'm going to say baseball, NFL, NHL, and then the NBA.
Okay.
I'm gonna go baseball, NHL, NFL, NBA.
Right, the correct order is, in last place, the NBA
Yes.
with
How
around
many?
4,500 players.
Okay.
The NHL in third with around 7,500 players.
Okay.
In second, the MLB with around
Oh.
21,000 players. And in first place is the NFL with approximately 27,000 players.
Damn.
Wow.
I thought baseball had the age over the NFL to help carry them over.
Right. But the problem is that all the years that the MLB existed that the NFL didn't, the 9 guys that played the first game of the year played pretty much all the games.
Yeah, that's
True.
true. Baseball became very specialized, and
I mean, you gotta remember that like everyone compares Otani to Babe Ruth because like Babe Ruth back then was, you know, he was playing whatever defensive position he played plus uh, pitching or whatever. But like that was like a common thing. Like there were a lot of guys that went out, they pitched every third game and then played the field in the other two.
I mean, famous Baltimore Oriole Babe Ruth.
well, that's our time.
Camden Yard legend Babe Ruth.
I'm gonna have Babe Ruth Orioles jerseys made and pass them out on the 12th.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be really expensive considering how close that is.
Yeah, I know. Rush order. That's a good question, Paul. I like that.
Thanks, man.
How was your Easter?
Easter was a little chaotic, but not too shabby. The parent answer, seeing the excitement on your kid's face, and yada yada yada, was it was nice to see. It was nice to see Souls on his birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's another toast I meant to do. Toast of excellence to Mojito Yoshi Souls. It's his birthday this weekend.
The big 3-1.
A big 3-1.
Yeah, but like, no.
Yeah. All right. What you guys got on your docket for tonight?
Well, I wanted to do like a bracket break show, but seeing as how we're two guys short,
I have a lot of brackets.
I said we can do brackets. That's fine. I just didn't know if you guys wanted to talk about anything else.
Talk about March Madness a little bit if you want to.
Huh?
We can talk about March Madness a little bit if you want to.
Oh, we can. I mean, the current game on right.
We lost you there, Paul.
LSU and Iowa in the Final Four for the women's, or I mean, the Elite Eight are playing right now, which is a fucking bullshit sham.
Why is that?
Because they should not have put either of these teams in the same conference. LSU is the defending national champions, and Iowa has the most must-see star in college basketball. You don't make these two have any chance of meeting before the Final Four. It was bad bracketing by them.
Now,
it was very, very bad bracketing.
Is it just random? Like I understand.
No, it's not random. No, they select. So there's a committee that selects. It's just like the college football playoff rankings. There's a committee that does the rankings and ranks all 64 teams, and then they sit down and they divide them up into conferences.
I'm just surprised that, like, knowing, like, in everything you said, like, why they would let that happen. It just seems like a total whiff.
I don't know.
But they did, and they suck.
Yeah.
They did a lot. It's the same thing. Like the UConn men's, they put, like, granted, the UConn men have just been kind of running through this tournament right now, but like the bracket that the section of the bracket they were in was a lot more difficult than any other like conference, and like UConn was voted as the true number one seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, meaning that they were, you know, the best team in the NBA or the NBA in the NCAA this year. Yet they had they're going to have the hardest path, or had the hardest path to the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the same thing with the other game, the other Elite Eight game that's on tonight. You got UConn, which isn't as good as it's been in the past, but you know, with Gino and they got Paige Bucher, or however you say her last name.
Yeah.
Who's a certified star, but the problem is that, you know, they're facing USC because they weren't as high of a rated team, but they're facing USC, and in the Elite Eight, not even in the fucking Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a.
Yeah, and I'm just tired of this Angel Reese girl.
Why is that?
Because she's not even the best player on her team, and she talks like she's just a shit talker. She's just a huge shit talker. And it's fine when you're like jawing on the floor with other players, but like I hate like when you're motioning to the crowd and doing all this stuff. And then now their head coach too has like this whole article out about her like like having sex with other players.
What?
Yeah,
The Mulkey article?
yeah. Kim Mulkey, she's the coach at LSU.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I really wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I mean, with the men's. I mean, from the men's standpoint, you got we have the chance to see the. It's kind of a shame because, like a lot of these, no team should ever be overlooked.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of a shame because NC State is on this like, I don't want to say Cinderella run. We'll call it a miracle run because they do play in the ACC and they play very good opponents regularly,
Mm-hmm.
and they won the ACC tournament, so they're obviously a good squad. They're facing Purdue, so that game has some like legs to watch it because you have an 11 seed playing a 1 seed. Purdue is like kind of was at one point during the season considered the best team in basketball at one time or another. And NC State's on this magical run led by their big star. But like really it's like it's kind of a shame for NC State because nobody wants them to win now. Because everybody wants to see UConn Purdue. That's what people want to see. They want to see UConn Purdue. They want to see the 7'3" center for UConn going up against the 7'4" center for Purdue.
Right.
They want to see the sharpshooting and athleticism on the wings of Purdue going up against the clamped defensive players on UConn. Like that's what they want. And it's kind of unfortunate because like last year was kind of a similar situation. Nobody wanted to see San Diego State go in and play UConn. You know what I mean? Like everybody was kind of bummed. Like that final game actually really didn't get that great of ratings. It would get decent ratings now because people just like UConn. But like last year, UConn was a surprise to win it too.
Right.
Kim Mulkey's on the sideline right now. She's like upset because the LSU just turned the ball over. She's like, "Oh, it's not going to be consensual if I yell at them for turning the ball over."
Yeah.
Sorry, that was uncalled for. Fuck that bitch.
So funny.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we can do brackets if you guys want to. I don't really have any other topics to hit up.
Yeah, we can do brackets and just potpourri. Whatever comes up, comes up.
All right.
Shut up, Kendall.
Come on.
All right. How can you say no to this guy?
Easily. No.
All right.
Well, Mass,
Who wants to do the first one?
He's got a point there.
Well, Mass, you said you had multiple, correct?
I do.
Then I think we start with you.
All right. I'm going to start with one that is not sports related, but just kind of group related. I think it's funny to see you two, especially with me being the tiebreaker on this. We've done this once before, but I want to see how this ends up like 2 years later because that's after I first created this. We're going to do a bracket break of Family Guy characters.
Ooh, a revisit.
A revisit.
Okay.
Just to see how this ends up. So, at the number 1, we have Carter Peterschmidt going against the 16 seed Ollie Williams.
Ollie, you are exactly what you are, a 16 seed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Carter's too good.
All right, Carter, moving on. Was that Ken, or what was that, Paul?
I said your humor is enough to get an invitation, but not enough to stay.
Right.
Yeah. We got the 9 seed Greased Up Deaf Guy versus number 8 Sheamus.
Wow.
I got to give it to Sheamus just because the Greased Up Deaf Guy thing. I mean, I think the funniest part about him is the origin story.
Yes.
When he's just like, "Oh, I'm just a regular guy going to work," and then the tanker truck explodes, and now he's funny. I mean, the Sheamus character is also kind of just like a whatever character. Like he has some funniness. And again, the funniest Sheamus bit to me forever isn't even really a Sheamus bit. It's just when he's putting his hand in the pile with the main characters.
Yeah,
and they're like, no, not you.
Yeah, I feel like there's more opportunities to sprinkle in Sheamus for something where like the Grease of Death guy is more like it has to make sense.
Yeah, equally ridiculous characters though.
I will say, I mean,
There's something just to be said for like it making it into the mainstream with the "You never gonna catch me."
good seedings for those guys for both Ali and Grease of Deaf Guy for being kind of like 16s and 15s.
One was a 16, one was a 9.
But you know what I mean, like
So,
like
nice try there, Ken.
well, I just mean like lower tier guys.
All right. Well, let's move up a tier a little bit. We got number 5, Consuela, going against number 12, Jillian.
Man,
I got to give it to Consuelo.
What do you think there, Reader?
you know, I think I will give it to Consuela as well. I think that there's more funny things for her, like Julian's got some funny stuff, but I think there was like a window where she was on pretty regularly when like dating Brian, but they've kind of moved away from that storyline, and then maybe once in a while she'll get a feature. But Consuela, you can plug and play anywhere.
Yeah.
Number 13, we have Quahog Channel 5's very own Asian reporter, Trisha Takanawa, versus Carl.
Oh man,
That's tough because they're those are two characters whose like tone never changes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I gotta
You
put
ever
so
seen
much.
Crow? Yeah, you don't need to see Crow.
I gotta put so much stock in Carl just because of just H. John Benjamin in general, and I know I gotta make sure.
Yeah, he's very fun.
I gotta like play fair to the characters. I don't know.
I can agree with that.
I feel like there's almost been a flip. I feel like early on, because before Carl was like a more regular character, there's a lot of Trisha Takanawa, and now I feel like there's a lot less Trisha and a lot of Carl. There's like a bookends of character features.
Yeah.
I'm going Takanawa.
On Trisha?
Then I'm gonna go Carl here.
All right. Breaking the tie. Trisha Takanawa moves on.
Nice.
That's good. This
Number
great. I mean,
yeah.
the interview with the guy, the great way to stay in shape. That like lives rent free.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We've got a very tough seed, in my opinion, here. You've got the number 3 seed in Mayor West versus the number 14 seed, Death.
Death. I like Mayor West. He's more involved. He's a more ridiculous character. But wasn't Death Norm Macdonald?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. Enough said for me.
I agree with what Paul's saying. I think I'm gonna give it to the mayor. Just I don't know. There's a lot of great clips from him that I like.
This is tough.
I mean, I just restarted watching Family Guy for the 10,000th time, and I'm in those early episodes with Death being pretty regular. He's got some great lines.
Yeah, I think I have to give it to Death here. Just if I think of Family Guy, he's Mayor West is too, but I think Death just makes me laugh more.
There's one like ridiculous thing about Death is like when he like hurts his ankle and he's like laid up and like
the first episode he shows up,
and it's just so funny because like he's deaf.
It's quite ridiculous, but I love it. We're going on to the next seed, number 11, James Woods versus number 6, Herberts.
Ooh. What was that, Paul?
I just like the ridiculousness of James Woods.
Yeah,
You
I
should
don't.
do.
I think I'm gonna vote for James Woods, even though he's in a lot less. I don't know. I think anytime he's been on, the episode's been really good. I like when he's.
Excuse me, you said you're doing James Woods?
Yeah. I like when he steals Peter's identity, and then Peter goes and poses as him, and he sees it working with David Spade. He's like, "What? I would never work with it."
All right. Up next, we have the number 7 seed, Tom Tucker.
Wait, Paul,
Versus
did
the
Paul
number 10
vote?
I thought you said James Woods, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, you idiot.
Whoa.
We got number 7, Tom Tucker versus
That.
number 10, Jerome.
Not Tom Tucker.
Yeah, Tom Tucker.
All right.
This just
Tom
in,
Tucker moving
me.
And finishing up with number 15 seed, Principal Shepard versus the number 2 seed, Dr. Hartman.
So, that's a
I think we
tough.
all know what's happening. I
What's-
think we all know what's happening here.
The slow build to the Doctor versus
Podcast
Carter.
to the Dr. Hartman Carter Peterson final.
I will
No,
say,
give me Hartman.
I think I'm going to go Dr. Hartman too. But for me, Principal Shepard is a character who's moved up big time for me. I find him to be very funny. And I think if he was versus somebody else, I think Principal Shepard might have moved on.
He's funnier than Adam West.
I mean, I might have voted for Principal Shepard over Adam West. There's a chance.
Liar.
The hell is this? Oh, I don't care. We have the number 1 seed, Carter Pewterschmidt versus the number 8 seed, Sheamus.
I gotta give it a Carter.
Carter, baby.
We've got the number 5 seed, Consuela, versus the number 13 seed, Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa.
Give me Trisha Takanawa for the upset.
Kendall,
Yeah, put me down for Trisha Takanawa.
I like it. We've got number 14, Death, versus number 11, James Woods.
Give me Death.
I'm gonna go James Woods here.
It's because you're not a real fan of the show.
Oh, but I am.
Neither am I, so James Wood is moving on.
Oh, James Woods over Death. God damn you! And then there were fewer.
So, like, Death is a great character. I'm a fan.
All right, let's see. We've got number 7, Tom Tucker versus number 2, Dr. Hartman.
Ooh, this feels like this should be a Final Four.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet early in the tournament.
Give me Tom Tucker.
I don't know. I think I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm going Hartman.
I just think Tom Tucker has. I think Tom Tucker is in more episodes, and he's just as funny.
Go ahead and give me Tom Tucker.
Good pick.
Tom Tucker moving on. We have the number 1 seed. By the way, you guys just knocked out a 2 seed. We have the number 1 seed, Carter Pewterschmidt, versus the number 13 seed, Trisha Takanawa.
Trisha, you were on a
Asian
hell of a
reporter.
run.
Yeah.
Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa.
Thanks for playing.
You done good. Made it to the Final Four. Okay, let's see.
Now, Massey, do you have the old
We have-
bracket too?
Yes, I do. I will reveal our answers very soon. Carter Peterschmidt moving on. We have number 11, James Woods versus number 7, Tom Tucker.
Tom Tucker.
Yeah.
Tom Tucker moving on. You have the number 1 seed, Carter Peterschmidt, versus the number 7 seed, Tom Tucker.
Peterschmidt.
Yeah, Carter Peterschmidt.
All right.
That scene where he's doing that thing with his tongue.
So, changes from last time. Carter Peterschmidt won. Won against Dr. Hartman last time.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Hartman beat out Death in the Final Four. Carter Peterschmidt went up against Consuela. And I mean, yeah, that was pretty much the important things. Ones that didn't move past their start were Ollie Williams, Greased Up Deaf Guy, Jillian, Trisha Takanawa, Mayor West, Herbert, Jerome, and Principal Shepard. All of those did not move on last time.
A couple changes there. I like that.
Yep.
I do too.
But the end result was the same.
Not as much as I like Mass.
Yeah, I like you too, man. Yeah, so who wants to go next?
Kendall, you got one?
I do.
I'm currently constructing mine because it's hefty.
Is yours, how many teams is yours?
32.
Mine is 2 for the next one.
All right. As you know, I'm a well-known idiot and like to do dumb things.
Yes.
With that being said, I present to you the jacket bracket.
What?
The jacket bracket.
Oh, I thought you said Jack and Bracket. And I thought we were about to do porn stars.
Which I'm sure we've done similar things to that in the past.
Not on the air.
Not on the air, it's true. So this is a outerwear bracket. If there's any questions, I'll try to explain to the best of my ability, but really going for the best outerwear to wear.
Okay.
So first we have the rain poncho versus the hooded sweatshirt.
Hoodie.
Yeah, the hooded sweatshirt.
Yeah, hoodie moves on. I mean, I think there's times and place for the poncho, but very few times and places for the poncho.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Next, we have the vest versus the zip-up hoodie. So keep in mind that the previous one is just like the classic pullover.
The hoodie, then.
I feel like Mass is about to pick vest here.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it for a minute, but I'm going with the hoodie. It's just so versatile.
The zip-up moves on. Okay, this one I think should... Well, I could be wrong. Parka versus the leather jacket.
Leather jacket.
I don't think I know what a parka is.
It's just kind of like a versatile, wintry type raincoat. It's like the intermediate jacket.
Gotcha. Give me the leather jacket.
Give me the not that.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I want to pick leather jacket for the ridiculousness of it, but like I've never worn or owned one.
All right.
Well, I'm moving on, so.
All right. I will just go Parker here. The nylon raincoat versus the jean jacket.
The nylon raincoat. I'm not a lesbian.
Give me the denim jacket. I am a lesbian.
I didn't vote for leather jacket, so I'm definitely not voting for jean jacket.
I'll tell you what, Kendall, you should go jean jacket and you should wear it with the mullet.
Oh, I should.
You know, it'd be so good. It'd be so good.
I'd look really weird in a jean jacket for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have the crewneck sweatshirt versus the cardigan.
What's the first one? I'm sorry, I lost you.
The crewneck sweatshirt. So just like the regular sweatshirt, but with no hood.
Oh, okay, like a pullover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really crew neck.
Yeah.
Crewneck. It's a pretty boss sweatshirt.
You said crew neck. I thought you said critic. That's why I was so confused.
Oh, my bad. All right, next one.
What the fuck is a critic sweatshirt?
Critic sweatshirt next versus Puffy.
Paul, tell me you heard that.
What?
Kendall, say it again.
Well, I said crewneck, but I guess it sounded like critic sweatshirt.
Yeah, I kind of heard that too.
Okay.
Oh, my bad.
You are kind of stupid.
Yeah, true. The puffy winter coat versus the fleece.
Fleece.
Hello?
What?
Aye.
Right, please.
Oh, the fleece moves on. Fleece is pretty solid. Okay. Next we have just the regular standard sweater versus the 3/4 zip.
You mean the quarter zip?
Yeah, that's probably what I meant. I wrote 3/4 for some reason, but quarter zip.
You talking about the one with the? You talking about the zipper stops at like your nipples?
Yeah, kind of like the one that you rock.
Yeah, that's a quarter zip, my friend.
Yeah,
Because it only goes a quarter of the way down the sweater.
No. It's
3/4 would go down to your navel.
No. It's 3/4 of material. It's classic. You guys just know fashion.
Okay. What was the option aside from the quarter zip?
Just the regular sweater.
Give me the quarter.
I'm a quarter zip.
Quarter zip moves on. Okay. Next we have the snap jacket versus the we'll call it alpaca fur poncho.
It was the fur poncho versus what? Sorry, you cut out for me.
Snap jacket. So that's like the jackets where
Oh yeah, like the varsity jacket.
yeah.
Give me that.
Which one?
Give me the snap jacket.
It was snap jacket or what?
Just like the poncho made of like the alpaca fur or whatever.
Oh. Literally anything else.
Yeah, I mean that's like the like if you were like a big fan of fish and smoked a lot of weed. Okay. Oh,
Eat a lot of fish and smoke a lot of weed.
all right, here this is gonna be a classic right here. The regular hoodie versus the zip up hoodie.
Right, the pullover hoodie.
Matthew, you voted for that too?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have the parka versus the nylon raincoat.
Nylon raincoat.
Yeah.
Nylon advances. All right. We have the crew neck versus the fleece.
Give me the crew neck actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Crew neck advances.
Yeah.
Quarter zip versus the snap jacket.
Quarter zip.
Quarters up.
Quarter advances. Final four. Regular hoodie versus the nylon raincoat.
Give me the regular hoodie.
Regular hoodie.
Hoodie. Crew neck versus the quarter zip.
Crew neck.
Yeah, give me the crew neck.
All right. The regular hoodie versus the crew neck for the championship.
Give me the crew neck.
Give me the regular hoodie.
Uh-oh. Oh, the pressure. It shouldn't have fallen on me. It shouldn't have gone this way. The snap jacket should have
And
made it
here's a
further.
guy who doesn't wear either. Here's a guy who doesn't wear either thing.
Right? The worst guy to pick the winner.
Guy that's been wearing the same PLR jacket for 20 years.
That's funny. It's true. That's funny.
I'm going to go with this because it's a favorite of mine and I should wear it more. I'm going to go with the crew neck sweater as the winner.
Okay.
And that was your jacket bracket, gents. Hope you enjoyed it.
It was pretty good.
It was whatever.
Honorable mentions were the trench coat and pea coat, but I just didn't feel that they would.
Oh man, the eco.
Eco would have won.
I should.
Yeah.
For a hot minute, I toyed with the idea of doing a playing game, but I chickened out.
I would have hated that, so thank you for not doing that.
You rat bastard.
Actually, but do you? I mean, I certainly don't own a pea coat. I don't think.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
That checks.
I remember freshman year roommate Craig had one.
I'll used to call it my Columbine jacket.
Facts. And I'm proud of it. So, what do you got to say about that, Kendall?
Nothing. Actually, I think that's very funny.
Yeah, you know who didn't think it was funny? Virginia Tech.
Yikes. We're going to go ahead and cut that out.
From
Dun, 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 so...
2 disasters in 1.
What, you talking about Kyle?
No.
All right. Paul.
Did the Souls thing, and then you were like, ooh, second disaster.
Paul, what's your 32 bracket?
I'm almost done. If you can buy me about a minute and a half time, I'll be
All
done.
right, Kendall, tell us about your first card.
Well, you know what I can tell you is that between yesterday and today, I've eaten a lot of ham, and I'm suffering big time for the incurable ham thirst. And you know,
What even are you talking about?
you don't
And
have.
he's eating too much sodium-rich meat, and now he's thirsty all the time.
Yes.
Oh, all right. See,
Massey, you've known me long enough to know that I will over-explain the things for a cheap laugh that will never land.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I'm up against. And you know, I figured this beer would have quenched the thirst, but it's really not. It's not making me not thirsty.
I mean, alcohol doesn't make you less thirsty.
Well, like be that as it may, I just figured
You
that
need
I'd
to
be.
drink water, which you don't do.
Well, no, I do drink water, but I just figured that like the beer would have done me a solid this time. Like I've done it like a lot of solids.
It's gonna alter physics and just be like, "I got you, Ken.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it, buddy."
I just figured I've been pretty good to it. Like it would just do me this one favor.
Oh, that's so stupid. I love it.
Yeah, but do you love Kendall?
I mean, always, forever and always.
Forever and always. Oh, quick. Well, I love him too. I moved on to my second beer, as I mentioned before the start of the show, from the Riddler collection too. I have a small wiener. I'm pouring it into the glass right now.
It's such a funny name.
You know what's funny too? It's just been in my fridge now for like a couple weeks. And you know, like I've had like my parents come over and like if you like open the fridge, it's kind of like just there, like staring you in the face. And I just like I know they've seen it and like it's just never come up in conversation.
Well, because they're probably mature adults that go, "Oh, that's a weird name for a beer, but let's not talk about it."
Well, I mean, like I just feel like it would just like come up in conversation, like, "Oh, what's that?" And I would say
It's a bracket break.
it's a bracket break.
Bracket break.
Ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Ready?
All right. I'm sure I've left somebody out, and if I did, I'm sorry. But this is how it goes. 32 teams. We are doing the sandwich bracket.
Nice.
Ooh.
Big fan
There
of
is
this.
seedings, but they are kind of haphazard because I was trying to do some seedings unbiasedly, and then I realized that I couldn't really do that well. So I just kind of threw some stuff together. There is only one really just bad sandwich on here,
Okay.
and it's going up against the number 1 seed. So I thought it was an okay whiff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all
Let's
right,
hear it.
you ready?
Yeah.
Number 1 seed versus so we have the number 32 seed, the olive loaf and Munster cheese,
Oh my God.
versus the number 1 seed, steak and cheese.
Steak and what?
Steak and cheese.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That moves on. It's a shutout too.
I'm taking the olive loaf.
Massey is obviously he's sick. He doesn't know what he's saying.
April
Massey,
Fools.
Are you really going to take the olive loaf?
April Fools.
I was like, because I'll double down on the olive loaf just to eliminate steak and cheese for you. All right, steak and cheese moves on. Up next, we have the number 17 seed, bacon, egg, and cheese, versus the number 16 seed, sausage, egg, and cheese.
Wow.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, my gut just went that way.
All right. We have the classic ham and cheese sandwich versus the bologna and mayonnaise sandwich.
What was the one before bologna and mayonnaise?
The classic ham and cheese.
Ham and
I'll
cheese.
take ham and cheese.
Okay. Up next, we have the Caprese 25 seed Caprese versus the number 8 seed French dip.
Ooh, French dip.
French dip.
French dip. All right. We have the number 5 seed Italian combo versus the number 28 seed egg salad.
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
What was the one before?
So I put egg salad lower because I feel like in terms of the cold kind of like salads, I feel like it's lower on people's lists.
What was
The Italian combo, like to see a classic.
I'll take the Italian combo.
I'm gonna vote for egg salad here.
Italian combo.
I mean, for multiple reasons.
I'm taking the Italian combo.
Kendall, do you care to try to sway me here? Is that what you're doing?
Kind of, yeah. I just feel like, it's up against a tough opponent. It wouldn't have got a vote from really anyone, I think, but you or me. If Souls and Makwan, they definitely wouldn't have voted for it. It's a good sandwich that, like, I think in general, we tend to have it less, even though people always kind of have eggs all the time, like in the fridge. People aren't always making egg salad, so when you do have it, it is like a nice treat. Whereas like the Italian combo, any deli you go to, the Subways of the world, it's a very accessible sandwich. And you can have it on egg salad on toast is good. You can have egg salad on a wrap, which is pretty prime. Egg salad is a unsung hero of the sandwich game.
Now, I didn't need the pep talk. I am going to go egg salad. And the reason for it is because when I want an Italian combo, man, oh man, the Italian combo is a great sandwich. But I could always eat egg salad. I could eat it every day. Love it. All right, up next, we have the chicken Caesar wrap, 21 seed chicken Caesar wrap versus the number 12 seed Reuben.
I'm going to go chicken Caesar here.
I'm going to double down on the Reuben. Reuben advances. The number 13 seed, the Cuban, versus the number 20 seed, the chicken salad.
Cuban.
Cuban. I like chicken salad, but I think Cuban's just a better sandwich.
Cuban moves on. The number 29 seed, the Euro, not Hero, the Euro, versus the number 4 seed, the peanut butter and jelly.
Ooh, PB&J.
PB&J is going to move on.
PB&J. All right. Up next, we have the number 30 seed, buffalo chicken wrap, versus the number 3 seed, grilled cheese.
What was the one before grilled cheese?
Buffalo chicken wrap.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is so classic.
Grilled
cheese.
Look, I'm voting to grilled cheese, Kendall, so
Yeah.
you don't even have to worry.
Yeah, grilled cheese. I was trying to
All right,
justify
this one
buck
I
chick,
think is
though.
we got a heavy hitter here. The classic Italian beef versus the chopped cheese.
Chopped cheese.
Now, you got to help me out. I don't
Ooh.
think I know what the chopped cheese.
Ooh,
The chopped
man,
cheese is like it's like almost kind of like a steak and cheese, but it's like ground beef instead of steak.
Oh, okay.
So generally, what they do, it's a Brooklyn delight.
Yeah.
They put a cheeseburger on the grill, and then let it essentially make that into a smash burger, and then chop that up, and then put it on a whole grill with like lettuce, tomato,
And more cheese.
and more cheese. It's fucking delicious.
That does sound really good.
And the Italian beef is basically just a classic hot roast beef sandwich with like the au jus and then the toppings.
Chicago is a really famous place, right? That does that.
Yeah, they have quite a few, but Portillo's is the
That's what I'm thinking.
It's the one.
I guess
chopped. So it's different. It's like the classic Italian beef you'll see in a lot of really good like a lot of like Chicago staple restaurants. Whereas like the chopped cheese is just like a Brooklyn bodega special.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good pretty much anywhere you go.
Especially if you get it the Aki way.
So you guys,
Hashtag TikTok.
you guys have really talked me into this. I guess that's what I'm voting for.
Pretty good.
Chopped cheese.
Yeah.
All right, chopped cheese advances. Up next, we have the number 22 seed chicken parmesan versus the number 11 seed the BLT.
This is tough. I mean,
I'm sorry. I think it might be my connection. What's before the BLT?
The chicken parmesan.
The chicken parm.
I'm voting BLT, but like I really wish I had more like slam dunks here. I've had to really like make some concessions.
So I'm gonna vote first. I'm gonna go BLT, and the reason that I put chicken parm at a 22 seed is because when any component of the chicken parm is bad, the whole
it's
sandwich is
fucked up.
ruined.
That's
Correct. 100%. I was just going to say, the
If
hardest
the
thing for
chicken's-
me is if it's
Right.
perfect, it hits hard.
Yeah,
But
if the
it's rare
chicken
that it's
parm-
perfect.
when the chicken parm sandwich is perfect, it is one of the best sandwiches you'll ever have. But if the chicken cutlet is too thick, it's ruined. If it's dry, it's ruined. Too much breading, ruined.
Mhm.
Too much sauce, not enough sauce. Cheese isn't melted. Bread's not toast. Like it's got to be perfect.
Yes, it does.
Otherwise, it's just a settled sandwich.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Exactly. What are we even doing here?
What do we got?
So BLT.
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 All right. Up next, the number 27 seed Sloppy Joe versus the number 6 seed pulled pork.
Ooh.
I'm voting.
But I did this matchup on purpose. I feel like pulled pork is like the adult version of the Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, that's a good matchup. I am voting pulled pork here, but I will say the Sloppy Joe was a very regular of the early Reed household memories. Ate a lot of
No,
Sloppy
Kendall,
Joes.
your dad just making ground beef and serving it on bread is not a Sloppy Joe.
No. There was plain pasta there too.
So pulled pork. Kendall, Massey, are you voting pulled pork?
I'm going Sloppy Joe.
All right, I'm gonna go pulled pork.
Fair.
All right,
I think
number
pulled
20.
pork can be. I think pulled pork, another one of those sandwiches where there's more of a chance for it to be bad than there is for a Sloppy Joe to have a bad one. Like it's harder to make a bad Sloppy Joe, in my opinion, than it is harder to make a bad pulled pork.
And I agree with you, but on the flip side of it, you can make the best Sloppy Joe in the world, and it's still just kind of a meh sandwich.
I don't know. There are times where a Sloppy Joe fucking hits.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's still just a meh sandwich.
That's fair.
All right, the number 26 seed pastrami on rye versus the number 7 seed Nashville hot.
I'm going pastrami on rye here.
I'm also going to go pastrami on rye.
Whoa, upset alert.
Take that,
All
Mock.
right, the number 23 seed chicken bulky, which is basically just like a fried chicken sandwich.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Versus the po' boy, number 10 seed po' boy.
I've never had a po' boy. I've always wanted to. I just don't know like where it's a worthwhile place to
So
get
wait.
one.
So you've always wanted a po' boy, but not enough to go get a po' boy?
What I mean by that is like I haven't come across enough restaurants that's like it's an option. I have seen them on menus, but like I wouldn't want to get one just to be like, oh, I wanted to try this, and then it sucks, and I'm disappointed. I'd want to get it from a place that at least it has a fair chance that I know they did it right, and it was authentic, or at least close to authentic.
So are you going the chicken bulky,
I am by default.
Mass? I hate shrimp. You guys know that, but I'm gonna go with the po' boy just because it's a classic and it's a great sandwich.
Oh, delicious.
All right. Next up, the number 15 seed meatball sub versus the number 18 seed the turkey club.
I think I'm going Turkey Club here. I feel like
Remind me again. What again? Go ahead.
I feel like the meatball sub can kind of fall into a lot of categories of there's a chance for it not to be good. Where Turkey Club is pretty standard.
Do you know what
being
club
said-
stands for?
Club, like so you get like the sandwich works like lettuce, tomato.
No, what does it stand for? No, what does it stand for? Club is an acronym. It's not.
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't the something under bacon?
Correct.
I don't remember what it is though.
Care to take a guess now that you know that?
Cheese, lettuce, under bacon.
No, chicken lettuce under bacon. Thank you, Kendall.
It's not chicken lettuce under bacon.
Damn it.
Crispy
That is very
lettuce.
funny. No, it's it is chicken. I just wanted to see Bassy laugh.
You made me think I was wrong.
What?
Making me think I was wrong.
Yeah, it's chicken lettuce under bacon. So Kendall's going Turkey Club. What are you going, Mass?
Meatball.
People. See, this is I put these together for a reason as well, because to me these are two sandwiches that like if I told someone like if someone called me and said, hey, I'm coming over, I'm gonna grab a sandwich, do you want one? And I said, sure. And they said, what do you want? And I said, surprise me. If they showed up with either of these options, I wouldn't be thrilled, but I wouldn't be upset.
That's
Both
fair.
good sandwiches. I think I'm gonna go with the Turkey Club for the versatility. Can eat it on the go.
All right.
All right, and then the last of the first round here, the number 31 seed, the fried fish sandwich, versus the number 2 seed, the lobster roll.
What was the one before lobster roll again? I'm sorry.
Fried fish sandwich.
Fried fish sandwich.
And the Braves beat the White Sox so bad they only played 8 runs or 8 innings.
I'm going lobster roll here,
Yeah, I'm also going lobster roll.
but I do
All
like
right.
the fried fish sandwich.
All right, let's rip through the second round here now that we all know everything. We got the number 17 seed bacon, egg, and ches versus the number 1 seed steak and ches.
Steak and cheese.
Steak and ches.
We got the classic ham and ches versus the French dip.
French dip.
Ham and ches.
I'm going to go French dip. We've got the egg salad versus the Reuben.
Reuben.
Egg salad.
I'm going egg salad as well.
Ah.
And then we got the Cuban versus the PB&J.
Oof.
I hate to do this, but I'm going PB&J.
I'm going PB&J as well,
Yeah.
so it doesn't even matter. Ooh, we got
Cuban is one of my favorite sandwiches, but
the PB&J might be my favorite sandwich.
I don't know that
Right.
I see anything beating the PB&J.
This is championship match caliber worthiness right here in the second round, Mass. We've got the 3 seed grilled cheese up against the 14 seed chopped cheese.
What? Versus the
Chez.
what? Thank you.
Chez versus Chez.
Thank you. Purely because of its versatility, I'm going grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese, yeah.
Grilled Chez advances. The BLT versus the pulled pork.
BLT. I hold that sandwich in such high regard.
There's so much that you wanted to vote for the chicken parm last round.
Whoa. I'm just saying that it was a good matchup.
I'm going BLT. There's something I like about the saltiness with the crisp vegetables. All right, pastrami versus po' boy.
Pastrami.
This is where I think the po' boy ends for me, Mass.
That's fair.
The turkey club versus the lobster roll.
Lobster roll.
Lobster roll.
Whoever specify if it was hot or cold.
Dealer's choice.
Not that I think it matters, but
dealer's choice.
Okay.
All right, on to the Elite Eight. The number 1 seed Steak and Chez versus the number 8 seed French Dip.
Steak and cheese.
Massey?
French dip.
I'm going to go steak and cheese, and the reason because steak
That's
and
fine,
cheese.
I respect it.
Well, the reason I'm going to vote for it is because to me, the Steak and Chez is the pizza of sandwiches, whereas like I say
That's
that because
such a good analogy.
it just is because like a bad steak and Chez is still good.
Yeah.
Bad steak and cheese is still a steak and cheese.
Right, a bad steak like a Charlie's Steak and Chez is just as good to me as a Campos, as a Tony Luke's, and as a Pat's. Like they're not all the same quality, but a Steak and Chez is just good. A Steak and Chez is a Steak and Chez. It's something like the best pizza place in the world, like Pepe's, Little Caesars. Don't give a shit. Pizza's pizza. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The number 28 seed Cinderella egg salad in the Elite Eight versus the number 4 seed peanut butter and jelly.
I feel like this is where it ends.
Well, you can still vote for egg salad if you want.
PB&J, moving on.
Peanut butter and jelly moves on.
Yeah.
All right, we got the number 3 seed Grilled Chez versus the number 11 seed BLT. Grilled Chez going through the ringer just to get to the Final Four, taking down Buffalo Chicken Wrap and Chopped Chez, now facing the BLT in the Elite Eight.
Grilled Chez.
I'm going BLT.
Give me the Grilled Chez, baby. Kendall, I would give you the BLT if, from like an at-home quick lunch standard, didn't take so long to cook the bacon.
No, that's a fair point. It's just one of those things. Charge it to the game.
All right, the number 26 seed Pastrami on Rye, another Cinderella story, versus the number 2 seed Lobster Roll.
This is where it gets tough. I think the Cinderella story continues.
You're going pastrami.
Much like the creamsicle, I'm a lobster slut, so I'm going to take that.
You're not a lobster slut. You don't even buy a lobster.
But I ordered out a lot. I had lobster over the weekend.
Yeah, somebody else paid for it.
Oh, I paid.
All right, unfortunately, the lobster roll dies here.
That's fair.
Major upset alert. All right, the number 3 seed Grilled Chez. We almost had a 1-2-3, 1-2-3-4 Final Four.
What was the 4 that fell out?
It was the 2 seed Lobster Roll.
Oh, okay.
All right, the number 26 seed Pastrami on Rye versus the number 3 seed Grilled Chez.
Grilled Chez.
Grilled
All
Chez.
day.
Grilled Chez, Pastrami on Rye. Thanks for coming. Number 1
Had a good
seed
game.
Steak and Chez versus the number 4 seed the Peanut Butter and Jelly.
Ooh. I'll go steak and cheese here.
Steak and what?
Chez, I'm sorry. It's my accent.
I'm going Peanut Butter and Jelly. Oh my God.
What?
They just put Gino Ariema's career record of coaching at UConn on the screen. He's 1,212 and 161.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's got an 88% winning percentage.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
better than
shabby
Pat's?
there.
Is that better than Pat's record when she died?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if he's got the best percentage.
I'll
He's
go look it
second in
up.
wins.
Best. Whatever. I'm gonna vote for the second Steak and Ches here.
You're going Steak and Ches?
Steak and Ches.
PB&J falls.
Because I wanted this to be my final. This is like heaven to me.
All right. The Steak and Ches versus the Chicken Parm.
I'd be so upset.
Comes back.
The Chicken Parm came in with a steel chair. No. We got the number 1 seed Steak and Ches versus the number 3 seed Grilled Ches.
There are no wrong answers here.
Give me the Grilled Ches.
Endel?
I think versatility plays a big part. Grilled Ches.
Grilled Ches is winning, baby.
I mean, so many
Makes
fair
you stop.
points were made. You know, I really enjoyed the Steak and Ches being the pizza of sandwiches. That's a great line. I like that a lot. But in no time at all, you can make a bunch of Grilled Cheses and be very satisfied.
Can I ask you a question? Can you make a bad grilled cheese?
Yes.
Only I can.
I don't know. Can you? Like, no.
Burn the
not-
shit
not
out of
making
the...
it- No. Not making it generically stupid ways, like with the toaster or microwaving it. I'm talking like if you actually use sliced cheese of any type with buttered bread and cook it in a frying pan.
No, you can't. I was referring to the time I was drunk and I made you that one that came out pretty whatever.
Well, that was because you know what Kendall did, Mass.
Oh, did you lose
Hello?
Mass? I still hear you.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a Mass.
Mass. All right, well, I was going to tell everybody. What you did was you cooked it. Oh, we got a text from the Mass. You made the grilled cheese. You flipped it, and then you forgot that you flipped it, and immediately flipped it again. So you just cooked one side twice.
Yeah, like I remember cooking it, and like I wasn't like that drunk, but drunk enough to probably shouldn't be, cooking.
Yeah, I mean, one side was black, and the other side was just like melted butter on bread.
I think it was were they Kraft singles?
Kendall, say hi to Samantha.
Hello, Samantha.
She said, "Don't fucking talk to me. I'm about to eat some ice cream."
Wow. I mean, and to think I thought like we were really cool, but kind of bums me out.
He's just doing stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm a pretty reasonable guy. It just comes at me like that.
Hey, do you think it would be bad content if at one point we made 128 bracket?
Well, I mean, I guess it would depend what we did. I mean, are there more sandwiches?
I mean, there's an infinite amount of sandwiches. I mean, basically every meat. I mean, so ham, turkey. You got ham, turkey, pastrami, like all those things. You have the sandwich, and then you have the club version of that sandwich.
True, but what I will say is, for the one that you did, there wasn't really any repeats, and they were all kind of like there's enough standalone that like I didn't feel like that. Like, oh well, he had this one, but it was similar to the 24th seed. Like everyone was unique enough that I just feel like once you do that, it kind of starts to blend to. Like,
when I went through the major stuff, I was like, okay, like nobody like. Ooh, excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
Third time's a charm.
Bless you.
I know a lot of people do eat chicken deli meat, but I don't think chicken deli meat is the preferred way to consume chicken when eating a sandwich. I think when I think of turkey, a turkey sandwich outside of the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich, I think of the turkey club over just a turkey sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
When I think ham, I just think the classic ham and ches, the bologna and mayo sandwich that every kid had.
Yeah. Obviously would have not advanced, but I was surprised that tuna didn't make the cut.
You know what I think happened is I think that when I put the fish sandwich in, I thought I had put tuna in. Because up until right now, I thought I had tuna. I thought I had tuna the whole time.
But I mean, as a kid, I ate tuna, but I read or saw something and it kind of grossed me out, and I haven't had tuna in a really long time. But I liked it.
What'd you read? The dolphin thing?
No, it was something about like a parasite or something in the can, and usually I'm not really bothered by that type of stuff, especially because like it wasn't even in the U.S. I'm pretty sure, but it just kind of like skeeved me out, and I never really got it again, or bought it, whatever.
Yeah. Did you know that every single can of Campbell's Chunky Soup has 1 ounce of Kyle's dip spit in it?
I just snotted pretty good. That was pretty funny.
Good. I'm glad. Good, I'm glad.
But you know what?
Ugh.
That wouldn't wouldn't stop me from eating it.
Yeah. Hey, did the Mets play today?
They did. I have not checked the score. I haven't checked since the first inning. The game's got to be over though.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, you tell me what it was.
Are you okay with me checking?
Oh yeah, please.
Okay. Game's not over.
What do we got right
in
now?
The 10th.
Oh, they're tied.
Yep, they're tied. Well, they were tied. It's the top of the 10th. Tigers are up 2-0. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
I love it.
Well,
so
chalked it up as a 4th
Kendall,
loss for the Mets.
Kendall, the game's not over. However, I'd like to welcome you to the 0-4 club.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're not down there yet.
I think whoever wins last has to buy. Whoever wins first has to buy the loser a drink.
That's fair. I support that proposition.
Not a fan of our French bread agreement.
Yeah, Kendall today calls me. He goes, "Hey, whichever team has the worst record has to buy the other guy a baguette."
That's funny. All right, you gentlemen ready for this?
Bracket break?
I am ready. I have a feeling that this bracket is going to be something related to roller skating.
You would be incorrect. And also, I've expanded it since I last talked to you.
Okay.
It's now 64.
Oh, boy.
So, in this league, we are going to shuffle the seeds so they just go against each other in random order.
Mm-hmm.
Kendall.
Yes.
I'd like you to tell me when to stop.
And stop.
Kiss my ass.
Okay. This is our order, and it is starting off on a fun note. Gentlemen, we did this last week. Kind of. We did sports teams' nicknames.
Okay.
This week, we are doing the best nicknames across all sports. And by all sports, I mean the 4 major ones, because I didn't want to select like random ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like to make mention that not all of these are like the best of all time. Some of them are just because I really fucking like the nickname, and it would be a really cool nickname. So
Here comes Legatron.
So you can definitely like take into consideration the player, but also just take into account how fun the nickname is, because that's a big part of like what I want. Like, how much would you like enjoy this nickname? Maybe not necessarily, because some of them are like, whatever. We'll get into it. It's fine. Let's start off with, we got the Pillsbury Throwboy, or the Round Mound of Touchdown, or the Hefty Lefty, versus the Vanilla Gorilla.
I don't know who either of those guys are.
Jared Lorenzen is the Pillsbury Throwboy and or the Hefty Lefty.
He was a Giants quarterback backup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you.
He played for Kentucky, maybe? Actually pretty good. Passed away. Rest in peace. The Vanilla Gorilla is Joe Prisbilla. I think I said his name right. But he's an NBA player.
Give me that hefty lefty. I think it's a good name.
Yeah.
Big fan of the hefty lefty.
I tell you what, this Paige Bucher's girl for UConn. I don't know why, but I'm always like really impressed with how she does her hair for games. She just has this like weird like braid that looks like it's a fucking headband.
It is pretty impressive.
Yeah, like her, I'm also just impressed with how like female athletes always get their hair to be so like taut down to their scalp.
When Ashley was doing soccer and stuff, her trainer would frequently do that for
her.
Yeah.
Up next, that was my ass hair for me before I go play disc golf.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We're going Mr. Hockey versus Big Ben.
Mr. Hockey. Big Ben's a stupid nickname because it's about something that's not even in this country. Sorry, Kendall.
Despite me liking Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben, I think Mr. Hockey is just kind of like a pretty...
I just wanted to hear if you were going to try and like justify Big Ben over Mr. Hockey because I was wanting Mr. Hockey.
I can't. It'd be different. Like if Ben Roethlisberger was like won a bunch of Super Bowls and went by Mr. Football, like maybe have a conversation. But there's a reason why there's only one person who goes by Mr. and the sport they played.
Yeah. You got next Deacon for Deacon Jones versus all of Shaq's nicknames. Shaq Fu, Diesel.
Big Diesel.
Yep. Kendall?
What, Shaq versus who?
Deacon Jones.
But Deacon Jones was his actual name, right? That wasn't just a nickname.
Nope, Deacon was a nickname.
What was his real name?
Deacon Jones was
I thought somebody
David,
would laugh at that.
I missed it, Paul. What was it?
I thought somebody would have laughed at that joke.
What did you say?
I said Decan because of pecan and pecan.
That's very funny.
Deacon, so
that's very funny. I like that a lot.
And after all that, I missed what Massey said.
I believe his real name is David.
Okay. I was always under the impression that he was just Deacon and it wasn't a nickname. All right, now that I've gone on, I'm not voting for Deacon Jones. It was more curiosity.
Okay. Got a lot to get through, gentlemen, so let's mosey on. We've got Boogie versus Ocho Cinco.
Wait, who's Boogie?
DeMarcus Cousins.
Boogie Cousins.
Totally forgot about that.
So, all right, I'm gonna go. It's tough. Boogie versus.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Ocho Cinco.
I'm also gonna go to Ocho Cinco.
You know what? I know this plays into why the nickname is so great, but I'm gonna go with Boogie. Not that it matters because I'm outvoted here. Because I think saying Boogie sounds stupid, but when you say Boogie Cousins, because that was the name, I think it's a pretty good name. It's a real black guy thing. I just always hated Ocho Cinco because it's not that literally translates to 8'5".
Right.
Yeah.
It
which is
work.
Always why I've laughed at it. But the dude had the commitment to change his last name, so I respect the commitment to the nickname. We've got for the next round, we have two big NBA ones coming up. We have Clyde the Glide versus the Worm.
Oh, that's not even fucking fair.
I know, but Kendall's the one who told me to stop shuffling.
You know what? Give me the Worm. I mean, the Glide is such a good nickname, especially for somebody who had the hang time and the ability to like dunk like he did. But I mean, the Worm is like one of the most fitting nicknames for that fucking dude of all time. Yeah. Just a ridiculous nickname.
Ignoramus, I don't know who that is, but I really like the Worm.
The Worm is Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's Dennis Rodman. Buddy.
Okay.
All right, the
That's
worm
awesome.
is moving on then. We have another big NBA one here. We've got the Big Dipper
Oh,
versus versus Magic.
I don't know who the Big Dipper is, but I like that a lot.
The Big Dipper is
Mr. 100 himself.
Will Chamberlain.
Oh, that
Give me,
makes
give me,
even.
give me the Big Dipper, because I like to think that that's because of his claim of having slept with over 700 women, and that that nickname came from him dipping his dick and everything.
Hilarious. I'm still voting for Magic because people refer to him as Magic still to this day.
Yeah,
That's just such a legacy nickname.
yeah.
Like, you don't say Irvin Johnson, you say Magic Johnson.
That's because Irving's a stupid name.
Still.
Yeah. You know what I call him?
What?
Mr. AIDS.
Jesus Christ. Cut that out too. Kendall?
Oh, I'm Big Dipper.
And Big Dipper actually moving on. That upsets me.
Well, it's just I just learned it, and I'm infatuated with a name like that.
Up next is the Great Wall versus
So racist.
Lucky. What?
That's so racist.
That's his nickname.
That's
Versus
so racist.
Lucky.
Kendall, 5 guesses who the Great Wall is.
Well, I heard racist, so immediately I thought Yao Ming.
That's funny. 5 guesses as to who Lucky is, Kendall.
I feel like I knew this too, and I can't get just like some like classic baseball player out of my head.
It's not baseball, I'll tell you that much.
And
Paul, you know it, right?
Si, senor.
The worst part about this is we did this last week, and I think I had the same conversation, and I didn't retain the information.
No, this name wasn't in there last week.
No? I really don't know.
Paul?
LMS.
Paul?
What?
Go ahead.
I actually don't know who it is.
It's Lucky Luke Robitaille.
I just want Kendall to feel dumb.
All right, so we got the Great Wall versus Lucky Luke Robitaille.
I think I'm going the Great Wall.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm voting for Lucky Luke, so your sway. Paul?
Nope.
Did he die?
I don't know if we lost him.
Oh, give me hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yes.
Yep. Give me the Great Wall.
Very well. Up next, we have the Beard versus Mr. Clutch.
Mr. Clutch. It's not only is it a nickname, but it's like an honorable, respectful thing.
Yeah.
The Matrix versus Primetime.
I'd say I just want Kendall to guess these things.
I don't know who the Matrix is. If it was going up against somebody probably not by prime time, I would have voted for it, but...
Paul, do you know who the Matrix is? Paul? Paul?
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
No, I do not know who it is.
It is Sean Marion.
Oh, I did know that.
So, did we get 2 votes for Primetime that I hear?
I mean, Primetime is a good nickname. It just is.
Up next, we have Shady for LaShawn McCoy.
Yep.
Versus Dr. J.
I like Dr. J.
Yeah. I don't like Shady for McCoy. I don't know why. I never did.
Fair. Up next, we have the Honey Badger
Iron Man
versus the Admiral, David Robertson.
Oh
The, the Admiral is awesome. It's one of the greatest names
I
of all
wish
time.
I knew all these things. That's awesome.
You didn't know that David Robinson was the Admiral?
No, that's so good.
All right, that's moving on then, I guess. I know which one is moving on here, but I still have to say it. The French Rejection.
Oh my god.
Care to guess, Kendall?
Um, it sounds like a Rudy Gobert.
You'd be correct.
God,
Versus
that was a total
Good for you, Kendall.
guess.
versus the Law Firm.
Oh my god, why are these not like wrestling tag teams?
Those are just fun nicknames.
Who's the law firm?
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, Kendall's not going to vote for that now.
Although, that is a great nickname.
Kendall, what are you voting for?
You know, I will twist it up here. I will pick the law firm.
Paul?
Give me the French Rejection.
Give me the Law Firm. All right, so I cheated and put Jerry West in here twice, but because I feel like he has two awesome nicknames. I have a substitute for this if you want me to take it out.
No, I'm cool.
Or to move him or to put this in place of Mr. Clutch. But the logo versus Jack Tatum's nickname, the Assassin.
The Assassin. The logo's a stupid nickname.
Yeah.
Kendall?
Yeah.
All right. Jack Tatum moves on. You have the Intimidator, who is one that just has come up more for me because I've been watching more highlights of it recently because it's come up on Instagram. But that's Dale Earnhardt Sr., the Intimidator, versus CJ2K.
The Intimidator. Just because, like, what's intimidating about him fucking turning faster than you? Plus, I just respect that guy a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Rest in peace.
gonna go with that too. These CJ2K is just kind of like, I mean, if he didn't end up ever doing it, then he would just be CJ1K a couple times.
I also think that
a couple times.
I also think that it's worth noting that Chris Johnson was kind of more of a flash in the pan than anything else.
Yes.
Like the 2,000 yards was great, but like he kind of was just whatever after that.
Yeah,
he did pretty good for a while.
He was no Maurice Jones-Drew.
But yeah, I think
is that some foreshadowing of what's to come? We're gonna see some MJD.
No, we are not seeing an MJD appearance.
Miller jaundice draft.
Up next, we have Beast Mode versus Sandman.
Ooh, that's rough. That's a rough first rounder.
Yep.
Give me the Sandman. Especially because, like, I know Mariano Rivera is Hispanic, but because of like his skin tone, it seems racist.
I just snotted again.
It just feels kind of. Doesn't the Sandman just feel racist?
It's especially if it was like for an Arabian player or something, but.
Well, no, the racist thing about that is that we don't let them play.
That's so funny.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. But
you think we're gonna let an Arabian be a closer for the fucking New York team?
Cut that out too.
What does he throw? A two-seam fastball?
Kendall, Beast Mode or Sandman?
I think I'm gonna go Beast Mode here.
All right, I am going Sandman. Up next, we have Shoeless Joe Jackson versus Weapon X.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah. Shoeless Joe Jackson. I heard a funny thing in the fan this morning where a boomer made mention. There was once a shoeless Joe Jackson, and now we have clueless Pete Alonso, and that kind of made me laugh.
That's kind of funny. All right. Up next. Oh, that's by the way, that's the first 32. So good job. We're halfway through the
Oh my
64.
God.
Time to get some rapid fire going.
Here we go. Iceman. George Gervin versus Andre Bad Moon Rising.
Iceman.
Iceman. Good nickname though for Andre Rison.
Oh, it's such a good nickname. I love that nickname. There we go. We have Sugar Ray Robinson versus Big Poppy.
Big Poppy.
Big Poppy.
We have White Chocolate
Oh yeah.
Yep.
versus the Big Unit.
Ooh.
I didn't see that coming, but I think still white chocolate.
Wait, why am I blanking? Who's the big unit?
Rain Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Suck my Johnson.
Oh,
I don't know. That's tough.
just made me think of it though. There's a place that I serviced today. I didn't see him, but anytime I do see him, he goes, "There he is, Rainy Johnson. Got the Rainy Johnson haircut." Basically every single time.
Kendall is now Randy Johnson. Paul, who are you voting for?
What was the first one?
White Chocolate versus the Big Unit.
Yeah, give me a white chocolate.
White Chocolate moving on. We've got the Kansas Comet versus Super Mario. Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, who's the Kansas Comet?
Bill Sears.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I've never heard that actually. I like it
It
though.
was from when he. It was from when he played with the Kansas Bears.
I know. I'm going to vote for that.
Kansas Comet versus what?
Super Mario Lemieux.
I don't know. They both kind of suck.
I can't say comment. That
give me
sounds sick.
Give me the
All right.
Kansas Comet.
Kansas Comet moving on. We've got the Claw versus Night Train.
Night Train.
Yeah.
We've got the Bus versus Kung Fu Panda.
Ooh.
I have to take the bus here.
Do we want average running back or do we want greatest Jack Black film of all time?
I don't care for either statement.
Hey, Kung Fu Panda is a great movie. It's better than Shallow Hal.
That's
Better than Before the Storm.
it's kind of whoa. That's Jack Black. That's Jack Black's best movie.
Yeah. Remember when Jack Black played Paul Wall in Before the Storm 2?
Could you imagine?
Oh,
What?
Bus or Kung Fu Panda?
I don't even know who Kung Fu Panda is.
Pablo Sandoval.
Oh, is that his nickname?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, fuck Pablo Sandoval. So the Bus. That fat fucking panda.
All right. Up next we have Chairman of the Boards versus the Greek Freak.
So Vince McMahon versus Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Chairman of the Boards is Moses Malone.
No, I know.
Is that enough, Kendall?
That's who I'm voting for.
Yeah, give me Moses Malone.
Joe Cool versus Birdman.
Joe Cool.
Joe Cool. Although I do like Birdman.
Air Jordan versus the Big Ticket.
Oh, man, fuck you.
It was shuffled.
Fuck you. It'd be like if I put grilled cheese and cheesesteak in the first round. I gotta tell you, there is an actual part of me that is thinking about canning Air Jordan right now.
Go do it.
The Big Ticket is such a good name, though.
It is.
That's what I think I'm going to vote for.
Don't do it, Kendall.
I don't know. It feels right.
All.
I mean, the Big Ticket.
Oof.
If he would went with his other nickname, I would have went for it.
His airness.
Yep.
I mean, I have been including everybody's nickname so far, like all their combination of nicknames, so I can switch it to his airness.
If we're going with his airness, if his airness is on there, then we're going with that.
All right, we're going with his airness.
Oh, what about his other nickname?
There's a lot. Which one?
The GOAT.
I mean, that could be shared by a bunch of people, so you could put the goat if you want to, but
No,
not necessarily in NBA, just across sports.
Nah, give me his airness.
King Felix versus Peanut.
Peanut.
Peanut. It's a shame.
Also voting for Peanut.
King Felix is sick, but Peanut's better.
This was another fuck you to Paul apparently from Kendall's Shuffle. We got the Papa Bear versus the Great One.
Great one.
Great one.
We have
It's just
Pac-Man.
so clean.
Oh,
It's such a clean name.
It is. We have Pac-Man versus Slim Reaper.
Ooh, Slim Reaper.
100% Slim Reaper.
Actually, who is Slim Reaper?
It's Kevin Durant.
Huh. Never heard that.
He hated that nickname for a long time, which is why you didn't hear a lot of people say it. But the Nigerian Nightmare versus the Dream.
The Dream.
I always liked the Nigerian Nightmare. I don't know why.
I don't know who that is.
Christian Okoye.
Who?
It was a Kansas
Running
City
back?
guy.
Yeah, give me Dusty Rhodes' dad.
Oh, that's funny. Man, I don't know which one of these to pick. I guess I'll take Hakeem. Man, another big NBA one.
Give
The
me.
big fun. God,
I swear to God, Massey, if this is the big fundamental versus the fucking Mamba, I'm gonna be pissed.
it's not.
Okay. Go ahead.
Although, where the fuck is Mamba? Because I put it on here. I'm taking it out and putting it in here.
He put it down as
Hold
Mr.
on.
Laker.
What a
It's
terrible
not in
nickname.
here. Hold on. Taking away.
Hey, Kendall, can you do me a favor? Can you take your phone and look up CJ McCollum and tell me if you think he'd be a great black protagonist in a 90s sitcom?
Let's see here. Like this is going on.
We've got the big fundamental versus King.
Like King James?
Yeah.
The big fundamental. Are you kidding me? It's a nickname based on playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Kendall?
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, get this guy on TV.
I'm
guy
saying
was
King James just because I think that nickname hits hard, but I understand the big fundamental is a fucking great nickname.
The big fundamental's awesome.
Are we sure CJ
Kendall?
McCollum wasn't on Martin?
Well, how would he have started on Martin when he was on Family Matters? No,
Kendall.
pick a name.
What was the choices?
Fundamental versus King.
Despite the things I said about LeBron, I think Mr. Fundamental is just a cooler name. I don't know.
All right.
It's different.
Got the Black Mamba versus either Vinsanity or Linsanity. I couldn't decide between the two which one to put on.
Can you put Linsanity?
Sure. Linsanity
Okay,
versus the Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
That basically sealed its fate by picking that.
I like Vinsanity too much to just be like, oh,
Say
no
no.
brainer.
Yeah, that's fair.
We've got the Babe versus the Minister of Defense.
When the fucking sport does Cornelius Fudge play?
Do you actually not know who that is?
No.
That's Reggie White's nickname.
That's a terrible nickname. Give me Babe.
Kendall?
I was gonna say, with that being said, give me the Minister of Defense.
I'm going Minister of Defense here.
Oh, gross.
All right. Let's go rapid fire through here. Hefty Lefty Pillsbury Throwboy versus Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey.
Diesel versus Ocho Cinco.
Diesel, Superman,
I'll go Ocho Cinco
barbecue
here.
chicken alert.
I'm going Diesel. The Worm versus the Big Dipper.
Oh, unfair.
That's hilarious. Hold on.
What?
Toast of excellence to Ronel Blanco.
Okay.
Guy just watched he's the fifth starter for the Astros in their rotation. He just watched all other four starters in his rotation get blown up by the New York Yankees and go 0-4, and then said, "Hey, you know what, guys? Let's come out. Let's get our first win on my no-hitter."
Wow.
I just came out and threw a no-hitter in his 7th career start.
Good on him.
On the Astros?
Yeah, just Astros, just right now. He just finished a no-hitter.
Oh, I thought the Yankees were playing somebody else tonight. I thought they were playing the Diamondbacks.
No. The Yankees just beat the Astros in 4 straight games.
Yes. Okay, got it. Toast of excellence to that guy.
Yeah.
So the Worm and the Big Dipper.
I gotta go Big Dipper here.
Give me the Worm.
The Worm. Great Wall versus Mr. Clutch.
Give me the Great Wall.
Yeah, put me down for Great Wall.
Okay. Prime Time versus Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Prime time.
Prime Time. Prime Time moves on. The Admiral versus the Law Firm.
Oh,
The Admiral.
Just got so mad.
Two pretty doofy. I mean, I just learned the Admiral. I gotta pick the Admiral.
All right, the Admiral moves on. The Assassin versus the Intimidator.
The Assassin.
Yeah. Although a part of me kind of hates both.
Sandman versus Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Shoeless Joe.
Sandman. Sandman.
No, give me the Sandman.
All right. Iceman versus Big Poppy.
Big Poppy.
Iceman.
Big Poppy moving on. White Chocolate versus the Kansas Comet.
White Chocolate.
I had a good run, but white chocolate.
Night Train versus the Bus.
Night Train.
Bus.
Night Train.
Best
Chairman of the
defensive-
boards.
Best
Go ahead.
defensive back in interception history or some average running back?
Chairman of the boards versus Joe Cool.
Give me Joe Cool.
I love Chairman of the Board so much, but I think Joe Cool is just better.
His Airness versus Peanuts.
Chi-Town, baby.
Huh.
Give me his Royal Airness.
His Royal Airness moves on. Kendall?
Yes. Fuck you, Kendall.
Well, I would vote Peanut, but I get it.
The Great One versus the Slim Reaper.
Oh.
I'm voting Slim Reaper. I
The
have
Slim
to.
Reaper is just a better nickname. It's just such a good nickname.
I'm giving it. Kendall, would you vote for Slim Reaper or the Great One?
I would have voted for the Great One, but I did just learn it for Slim Reaper, so I gotta get some time to marinate.
All right. The Dream versus the Big Fundamental.
Big Fundamental.
Yeah,
Great
big
nickname.
fundamental.
Some awesome nickname.
Black Mamba versus Minister of Defense. Black Mamba moves on.
Yeah.
Mr. Hockey versus Diesel.
Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey.
Paul, did you say Mr. Hockey?
Yeah, Mr. Hockey.
All right. The Worm versus the Great Wall.
The Worm.
The Worm.
Worm.
Prime Time versus the Admiral.
The Admiral.
Prime Time.
I like Prime Time, but I've laughed every time someone said the Admiral, so that's what I'm gonna vote for.
Oh, Kendall, fuck you.
This is so ridiculous.
The Assassin versus Sandman.
Ugh.
Sandman.
Sandman. Don't even have to worry about it, Kendall.
Yeah. Ugh.
Big Poppy versus White Chocolate.
Oh, white chocolate.
White Chocolate.
Night Train versus Joe Cool.
Night Train.
Joe Cool.
Night Train.
No,
Not
you
voted for a
biased
fucking
bastard.
Niner. His airness versus the Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper.
Ugh.
So as it marinated, I'm gonna go with this airness.
This isn't fair.
Still hasn't marinated. I like how Matthew and I put all this work into these long brackets and Kendall did fucking jackets.
Well, I was excited about mine, and I knew that these other ones were going to take a while. So
You also didn't even include the best jacket.
which one?
You didn't include the track jacket.
It's true.
Well,
how is anyone supposed to know that I'm Slavic?
All right, I'm voting his airness. Moving on. Big Fundamental versus the Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
All right, we've got the Elite Eight. Mr. Hockey versus the Worm.
Mr. Hockey.
Yeah, Mr. Hockey.
The Worm. All right, Mr. Hockey moves on. The Admiral versus Sandman. Fuck you, Kendall.
How is it you guys not laughing at
Sandman.
this? I'm actually going to go the Admiral here.
You gotta go the Admiral.
Oh, I hate you fucking both because that's going to win in a minute.
The part of me that I wish I was the Admiral.
White Chocolate versus Night Train.
White Chocolate.
White Chocolate. That's a great name.
His airness versus the Black Mamba. Black Mamba.
Yeah, my gut says Black Mamba.
All right. Cool. Don't have to vote. Not a bad person.
Mr. Hockey versus the Admiral.
Mr. Hockey.
All right. You have to draw a line somewhere. Although I am laughing as I'm saying this. Mr. Hockey.
God. White Chocolate versus the Black Mamba. Black Mamba.
I'm going to vote for Kobe Bryant, but not because of the Black Mamba.
I was going to vote White Chocolate.
And we say Black Mamba.
Huh? What?
What,
Mass?
I said, Kendall, vote for the Black Mamba.
It's going to move on. That's why I'm going to vote for White Chocolate.
All right. We have Mr. Hockey versus the Black Mamba. Black Mamba.
See, it's
Mr.
tough.
Hockey.
It's very
But
deserving.
what I would like to say is that I didn't vote for the Black Mamba last round.
Oh,
I
all right.
voted.
Pulling it back.
No, I voted for Kobe, but I didn't vote for Black Mamba. I voted for Bean.
Kobe Bean. All right.
That was one of his nicknames, Kobe Bean Bryant.
Well, it's his middle name.
It's his real middle name.
It is his real middle name.
His real middle name is Steven.
Hilarious. Mr. Hockey versus the Black Mamba.
Mr. Hockey.
Black Mamba.
I guess I got to stay true here. I'm pretty sure I voted Mr. Hockey every single round, so Mr. Hockey.
All right.
But
So our winner in 64 is Mr. Hockey.
But runner-up is the Admiral.
No. Runner-up is the Black Mamba.
Kendall hates the Admiral.
Admiral is so
I can't
funny.
believe that got that close. That makes me so mad.
I mean, of the things
Kendall.
What's that?
I'm going to become an NBA coach, and I'm going to make a whole team, and my starting five are going to be like the Admiral, the General, Lieutenant, Assistant to the Regional Manager.
I mean,
Notable round one eliminations. Boogie, Clyde the Glide, Magic,
Magic was an upset.
Beast Mode, The Babe, King.
We don't vote for
Big Ticket.
Seahawks around here.
We do not. Big Ticket, Big Unit, and still one of my personal favorites just because of how it flows. Andre Badman Rising.
yeah.
Paul, did you notice I was very nice?
You were.
I didn't do it. Wanted to, but I didn't do it. Two honorable nicknames that I did not throw in here because they will not let me add more than 64. Doug the Muscle Hamster Martin, and Greg Legatron Zerline.
I'm surprised you didn't put Megatron in there though.
So, I upgraded halfway through to let it make me get to 64, and it lost a couple of the ones. So some of the good ones that I had in here got taken out.
You also didn't do the Swiss Army knife.
I also had the Swiss Army knife, and it got removed, but it was just so much to keep track of that I just lost it.
You also didn't do the Bourbon Bunny.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, the Bourbon Bunny was great. Kendall would have never voted for that name though.
I actually thought I was
Gentlemen.
the Bourbon Bunny.
No, Kendall, you don't even like bourbon.
It's true. Gentlemen, how are your beers?
Very good. I, much like the Riddler, started off with Wicked Hoppa, a New England IPA from our friends at Center Street Brewery. Episode out now. Give that a check out. As I said at the start of the show, first beer I ever had going there. I enjoyed it very much then, as I enjoyed it very much now. Very crisp. I think holds very much true New England style IPAs. At 7%, it sort of kind of teeters on that. Maybe being too you can't crush a bunch of them, but I would argue that I could probably get through a 4-pack of this no problem, and not even because of ABV. Just it seems pretty light on the palate. Would absolutely get again. I'll give it, we'll call it a flat 4 stars. And then from the Riddler collection, I have a Small Wiener by One Family Brewing Company. This is embarrassing. Is it Helles Lager or Helles Lager? Helles. 5.1% ABV. Tasty. For as far as craft pilsners go, it was kind of. I didn't really find anything that set it apart. Of the One Family beers that I had from the Riddler, I enjoyed them all, and that's not to say I didn't enjoy this one. This was a very crushable beer. I didn't really have anything to say about it that really made me, oh wow, this was good, because it was a fine beer. Cool can art, great, good. All these craft beers have these wacky names. I'm sure you've seen ridiculous stuff. This, as far as this goes, this is a top chart. So I have a Small Wiener. We'll give it 3.4 out of 5. Would get again.
Nice, Smash. How was your drink?
I did not actually partake in a beverage tonight. I finished all of my Center Street Brewing beers over the weekend for Easter.
Wait, what did you say? You brewed beers?
No, I finished all my Center Street beers over the weekend for Easter.
Oh. I had the Center Street Brewing Wicked Hoppa, followed by the Center Street Brewing Streetlight, which is a Helles Lager as well. Kendall, I backed up the Wicked Hoppa with a different Helles Lager.
That was unplanned.
But I had beers from our friends at Center Street Brewing. You didn't. Anyway, bitch. The Wicked Hoppa was a nice bitter, but not overly so, or overly romanticized aromatic hop beer. It was full of flavor. It drank right around its percentage, which I think is 7%, Kendall.
Yes.
So I think it drank pretty well, right at that 7% mark. You kind of feel the alcohol a little bit, but it's nothing that's too crazy. And the Streetlight, I thought it's just a very nice, well crafted lager. It's got some flavor. It's not too heavy. It's the type of beer that you would bring to some sort of outdoor event, that you could have a few of them on a hot day without feeling like you're dehydrating yourself. But at no sacrifice to the flavor, which is, key in any sort of lager or pilsner style beer because the complexity isn't overbearing. So I would give the Wicked Hoppa a 4.2 and the Streetlight a 3.9. Would get both again. Probably will get both again. Kendall,
Yes.
if they wanted to listen to the Center Street Brewing Show, where can they find it?
Well, you can find it at our Facebook page at Getting Exposed with Drunk, Twitter and Instagram, GSWD_4.
Make sure to hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses. Whether it is trying to figure out what the best sandwich is in the history of the world or being the Admiral.
Like, subscribe, share, do it wherever internet, radio, podcasts alike we are there.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to have a trivia show, me versus the boys, with a disgusting shot or mixed drink punishment on the line for the April 12th hangout session.
Yes,
So
sir.
you boys need to come prepared to answer some questions.
I am ready.
What'd you say?
I'm ready.
Are you, though?
No.
Good. Some of them are going to be hard.
I'm ready for it.
The first one is going to be to spell Jeff Samarja.
Sam
Oh
and Deja.
boy.
What did you say, Kendall?
Sam and Deja.
Yeah, that's right. I love these paper plate commercials where it just shows this guy dropping basically 4 helpings of Mongolian beef onto his keyboard. Guy's got so much fucking food on this paper plate.
It's like, this paper plate couldn't handle 3/4 of a pound of food. I can't believe it.
What do you mean this paper plate can't hold my 12-pound ribeye? So, thank you for tuning in for another episode. Next week we'll do trivia, and then we will also have some cool behind-the-scenes stuff to post from our April 12th hangout, where we make Massey eat raw duck.
I'm in. We're gonna do it.
He's in, and Kyle's going to shotgun a duck.
Like a beer?
Yeah, we're gonna fill it. We're gonna fill the inside of it with beer, and he's gonna put his mouth on its butthole and its finger over its beak.
This is incredible. I'm totally in for this.
Yeah, the duck's alive, by the way, so it's gonna honk the whole time. Oh, Kendall, did you see this? Wendy's has the Dreamsicle Frosty.
No.
Yeah,
April Fools.
Don't say that.
no, it was a commercial on ESPN
Really?
because I have
April
the
Fools.
I have the Elite Eight on. Yeah, UConn USC
I gotta work Wendy's into my day.
tomorrow. Yeah, they're showing right now. You can get a Dreamsicle Frosty, and a crispy chicken BLT, 4-piece McNugget, and a small fry for $5.
Huh. Well, I think I'm in tomorrow, but I gotta find a close Wendy's.
Yeah. Oh, it says deal only offerable to the Admiral.
Oh, well, fortunately, I've always been known as the Admiral.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week. But until then, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
Nope. I'm the Master Chris Massey.
And the Rat of Red Baron.
Yeah. LL Cool J drives the Coors Light bullet train in this commercial.
Yeah.